Alright guys, so welcome to a brand new game on the channel. This is Osiris New Dawn. Well, it dropped in on Steam as a sort of pre-release alpha. It's pretty cool. I've died a lot. I've played it I've played about a couple of hours. I've played about 2 maybe 3 hours worth of the game. And I thought, well, okay, look, I've figured out what at least to do at the start. So I'm going to make this video just to maybe I'll turn this into a series. I don't know, but let's get in there. I tell you what. Let me just get in. I'll talk about the game as we go, and you'll sort of hear what I think about it as we go as well. So dropping in. This is on Steam, by the way, right now. So you can go get it. It only dropped 2 days ago. Really cool. Right. So let's get in. Single player. Okay, you've got a choice between two factions. The UNE, the United Nations of Earth, or Outlanders. The United Nations of Earth, apparently they encourage more team play, and you've got much better technology. But the Outlanders here, they're space pirates. Haha! Which, it suits me fine. Anyway, because I'm going to be playing this particular game on my own, these guys are more resourceful, and they're better at surviving on their own, or in small groups. So, I don't know, this is definitely more a multiplayer game, I feel. But I'm just doing this on my own just to get used to the feel of the game, so I can get the hang of it before we go out and play multiplayer. So we've got a couple of classes. These 3 classes: Marine, Engineer, Ranger. Ranger really interests me because when you go out scavenging, you'll see what I mean. You go out hunting for stuff on the planet's surface, and this guy will be able to carry a hell of a lot more. And that's one of the things that I found a little bit awkward. So we're going to go in with our Outlander scientist. Now you get to customize him, so we can give him a name. Let's call him something really cool, like Sam. You can change the detail. You can change whatever you really want. I say whatever you want. Really, you are limited to what you can change. So we'll do those things. There you go. That's what we're going to look like. How awesome! Let's create this game now. The default settings, okay, and I have whacked up the graphics, by the way, so hopefully that comes across pretty well, but the default game settings are then presented to you. This is a survival game. I intend to survive a little bit, so rather than go with infestation of aliens, I'm just going to go with the dangerous level, okay? That's fine for now. We're just getting used to the game. The special loot as well, I have to take note of that. I'm going to up that to frequent just so that I've got a bit of a better chance of finding good stuff. I'm leaving all of the rest the same. Those are the only 2 changes I'm interested in making as we enter the universe. Osiris New Dawn. This is so cool. Made by Phoenix Fire. Now this is a 2-man team, I understand, and there's been a lot of comparisons between, well, No Man's Sky, Ark Survival Evolved, those kind of games. I can see where they're coming from. Here we are, Proteus 2, 3rd moon of Theseus Prime. This is day 1. Now every time I've spawned in, there has been, well, differences on the surface. Certainly the fauna and the flora changed. Look, see, there's an alien just landed. It just dropped in. It spawned in from the sky. So you've got a couple of things to do when you first get in. So the missions at the top right there, you can see M. So if you press the M button, it will tell you what you've got to do. Your suit gets punctured and you arrive with your suit breached. So you've got a couple of ways of accessing it. If you press the tab button, you can go into your inventory here, and you've got the patch tape here. You can right click and use it there, and it will just do its thing. If you close this screen, of course, what you can also do is you can see I've got 4 little quick load options. I can hit the number 3 on my keyboard, and that will bring up the tape. Hit the left mouse button, and I have patched my suit with gaffer tape. How cool is that? So, mission details. Next one I've got to do is find... Hang on, what does it say? When exploring the planet, so you can change your view. So I can go into 3rd person like this, which I think looks rather fetching, especially while holding the toilet roll in my right hand there. Looks like that's got multiple uses. Now, there's a lot of minerals around here. I'll explain more about that in a second. So the next thing I've got to do is locate the survival kit. So we'll go back into 1st person for a second, and you can see over there, over yonder, is my survival kit. Sorry, I'm just using my mouse wheel there to rotate between the 4 options. I find that is very useful and very quick access. If you've got a mouse with a wheel, use that. Really cool. Okay, so up to the survival kit, and you press F to open it. Inside are a whole host of goodies. So cool. Right, so we've got carrots, water, bandage, and a med kit. Right, well, I'm taking it all. So, next up, we've got the ammo box that is nearby. Oh, and something else over there. Right, here's the ammo box. Let's go grab that. And you can see a little robot at the background there. So we're going to grab that in a second. We're going to go talk to him in a moment. But what in the ammo box, we've got ourselves a pistol, assault rifle, and some rounds for the assault rifle. Now, they literally aren't 5 bullets. This is 5 magazines. So you've got, I can't remember how many mags are in each. Oh, it's 20 rounds in each clip. So that's what 100 bullets in each of these little clusters here, which is really cool. So we'll take all of that. And one thing I would recommend you do almost immediately is stick the pistol or the assault rifle. It's up to you. I would just swap that out with the tape straight away. Word of warning: when you die, you lose all of this stuff. Anything that's in your suit inventory, or inventory if you're American, you will lose it all. So there is be aware. You can get it back, but you get one chance to do it. Very typical of survival gaming. That you can, if you find your dead body, you can loot its leftovers, what it's left behind. After that, no. If you die again on your way to get it, no, you've lost it all. And that's the hardest thing. When you die in this game, you are absolutely screwed. So I think every effort should be made. You can already see there's creatures wandering around in the distance. Nice blurred effect in the distance as well, which I really do like. But let's just take a moment to have a look around. It is absolutely stunning. The flora up ahead, these giant trees, gorgeous. The floating rocks, looks like, I don't know, there's some kind of gravity tug towards the sun up there. We've got another planet here with a ring system, a moon, and what looks like, I think that's just one of the rocks on this planet beginning to start to pass over the top. And it's so weird, you'd be wandering around and there's this giant black shadow that casts itself across the ground, and really all it is a rock floating in the sky. But great light, lens effects, really cool. Anyway, Inflatable Dome kit is your next target. Okay, so locate this one. Yes, we've got it. It's right here. Let's grab it. So you have to pick it up. And it's in my backpack. So it says I've got to build the inflatable dome. So let's do that now. I'll talk about the dome again in a minute. But let's stick it down. If we right click on it, you can click build, and then you need to choose a location to stick it. You can rotate it with your left mouse button or the right mouse button. Stick it somewhere, obviously where it can go, not where you may want to put it. And to actually confirm the build, you have to hold down that F button. So you press it once to pull it down, and then you have to hold it down again to get it to build. So there's a few things about the game I think they will probably change. That may be one of them, I'm not sure. But let's have a look. Right, let's go inside as the game is telling us to in the mission details. Go inside and save the game. Now there's a bed in here. Can't sleep in the game, by the way. But you can save your progress on the bed. Now, if you notice at the top left, I've got a spawn position. I don't know if I can. I'll come outside and show you. That literally is where we started. This is where we spawned inside the game at the very, very beginning, and it is just about here, right here, sort of right here. If you want to move that spawn point, you can, but you have to exit the game and come back in. So if I wanted to say kill the game now, what I'd do is I can press the escape button. I can exit the game at this point, and that will actually reset my spawn when I reload the game, because this is where I was stood when I did that. Yeah, it does work. It really does work. So the dome here, what else are we going to do? Search the planet for the right materials to start building a forge utility. The forge is an outdoor crafting table that can be used to build complex materials. So we've got to find, let's have a look. If we hit our tab button, go up to utilities, over here, we've got a forge right there. There's loads of stuff you can build. Look at this, look at all this stuff. Satellites, gas tanks, markers which you can place down. A bit like beacons, we'll come to those later. Flags to sort of warn off other people. A large gas tank will, beacons, these are cool. Haven't got to the point where I can build any of this yet. I've not really got much further than the forge. and a depository. So depository is pretty cool. It's a storage container. You and your droid, which we'll go and talk to in a minute, can drop inventory off, and this forge, of course, which is an outdoor crafting table. That is the thing that the game wants us to build. Now, I want to actually find a decent place to park up, as it were. So I'm not going to build the forge just yet, but that's fine because I need to find iron, titanium, and plutonium as well. And all three of those items I need to build the forge. So we've got to go and have a good look. I'll spray that again. We've got to go around and have a good look for somewhere to settle down. Now, this inflatable dome, it literally is portable. So what you can do, if you, as I'm scrolling through the mouse wheel here for my multi-tool, so you can see you've got a map. Very, very cool. It will always show you pretty much nothing useful until you get beacons going. I think there's the multi-tool, this map tool is only really good when you die at the beginning, or you're just interested in what the terrain looks like. The pistol, of course, very, very cool. It will not run out of charge, run out of bullets. It's pretty slow firing, but it is infinite bullets, which is really cool. Unlike the assault rifle, which I've got a few rounds for. This chisel, the multi-tool, by the way, will allow. Actually, that's the whole point of me doing this. If I go up to this dome, the inflatable dome, I can now point the multi-tool at it. I can now either repair it, customize it, or pack it up by pressing. I can scroll up and down on the mouse wheel, by the way. That really is useful again, because you can't move a cursor while that's your vision control. So I can pack it up. Are you sure you want to destroy it? Well, that is a nasty word to use because you're not actually destroying it, you're packing it up. So then you can press F to pick it up again, and as you see, it's returned to my inventory. Right, now let's go and talk to this guy. We've got a load of stuff to find, as you well know. But there are resources on the planet's surface. Let's have a look at this guy. Right, this is Osiris Mission Personal Assistant, or Umpa. You can give him a nickname, which I think is really cool. So, I don't know, what should we call this guy? Let's call him Jerry. It's Jerry. 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 Where did you go? Here he is. Right. So, I don't know why I picked that. I think that's a crap name. Anyway, Jerry and I can now sort of walk around the planet together if I want him to. So, I've got my multi-tool. The tool being open is significant. That allows me to open his inventory, customize him I can basically change his colors, of course. Let's give him something a little green. A little greener. Now he's gone. I can't see what I'm doing. So, didn't really look like he's changed much at all. Maybe that isn't quite in the game just yet. But anyway, look, put the tool away, and we'll change to something else. And now I can give him, or nothing at all, by the way. There is a fifth thing that you roll off screen, and now I've got nothing in my hands. Jerry here, we can ask him to stay, follow, flank left, flank right, or patrol and repair. That patrol and repair is going to be pretty interesting. We can also get him to mine stuff later, but let's just for now ask him to follow me with the E character. So Jerry has received the command to follow. You can see at the top right, the middle of the screen. Let me press it again. There you go. Jerry has received command follow. Right, so he will now firmly and squarely stay behind me. Now, the other thing, right, I've got to... What were the resources I had to go find again? Utilities. Here we go. So I've got to find iron, titanium, and plutonium. Is that plutonium? Is that just a bad typo, or is that my eyesight? Plutonium. It was my eyesight. So we've got aluminium over here, which is very, very cool. Iron. Oh, iron as well. So you can see what the mineral is. You've got this tiny little cursor right in the middle of the screen, and you can see this one is aluminium. Over there we've got iron, and it looks like we've got a few different types of resources, because over here I think we'll find something else. Sorry, I just started sprinting and I didn't tell you. Right, so the shift button, because you're using the WASD controls, the shift button will allow you to sprint. Now there's another little trick I will show you in a minute. Copper. Wow, copper straight ahead. That's pretty cool. What I really want to do is sort of plant myself in an area. See, right away over there, you can see there's sort of a green tinge just above where the monster is. That, my friends, will be plutonium, which is really, really cool. Jerry, by the way, or Oompa, he does have laser firing capability. He can shoot lasers, so that will become useful later on. So a lot of copper around here. I haven't yet found a need for copper, but there are so many different items to collect. I suppose I should start actually collecting them, but I want to see if this is really a good place to sort of bury myself and maybe set up home, some kind of home zone. What do we got? Bad is it? Not a bad spot. We've got a lot of resources around here. I mean, there's only one or two big bad guys. Alright, let's call this our home. Now, one thing, you've got a multi-tool. The multi-tool doesn't do what like you would imagine it would do. In No Man's Sky, for example, you could use the multi-tool to actually mine resources. But no, not in this game. So you have to use the chisel to do that. And you'll see in a minute when I get up close to one of them. But I really am concentrating on getting rid of this guy. So I've got to get that plutonium anyway. So let's go over. Now, there's one thing I didn't show you. Let me show you while we're in third person. Which looks pretty damn cool, I think. Especially with the gun out. So, sprinting, and then you can use, or you don't have to use the sprint, sorry, you can use the spacebar, and you've got rocket boots! Look at that! It would allow you to actually sort of fly through the terrain a little quicker. So, I'm at a good distance from this guy to start shooting at him. Because basically, I want him to die. Now, this, as I said before, the ammo... Now, that is the beauty of using the rocket boots, is it will completely and utterly get you out of harm's way. But of course the burst only lasts for a period of time. He is really taking on poor old Jerry there. That was a little unfair. I'm going to drop back into first. I don't find third person shooting terribly great. Now when you come up to a dead animal like our dead young crab monster here, you can raid him. So what that will do is stick a load of meat. Alien meat. Now it says very, very carefully, please pay attention to this. It's meat ripped off the body. Cook it to avoid poisoning. I love this as well, this little effect. When they despawn out of the game, they're sort of sucked up into the ground like that. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, let's go over this way. Come on. I should also say, if you run faster without anything in your hands, a lot faster. Look at the difference there. That's ridiculous. Right, so now we're up close and personal with our plutonium. So let me grab the chisel here and chisel away. So the left mouse click will start breaking this rock down. And you need to, it will sort of roll away in chunks. You just need to press F to pick it up. Really, really cool. Okay. So just to show you in the inventory, we've managed to pick up nearly 30 whole pieces. That's this one down here, probably complete another stack. That kind of means that I got an awful lot of plutonium, or possibly no reason. I've got plenty more space, but just look at the weight capacity. I'm already 130% over my weight capacity. It will just generally slow me down. So we've definitely got enough plutonium. What you can do, I should say, what you can do, of course, is go to your... No, dude. Right. Go to your multi-tool, come back to said robot, and press F to open his inventory. We can then do... Stick a load of stuff on him. If he dies, everything he's carrying will die with him. So remember that. Keep all of that stuff for now. Now I've got to go back and... I've got to find some more resources. This is a good place to be, I think. But I want to go over the other side of that. I want to go over the other side. There's plenty more material over there, so let's head that way next. I'm going to circle around the back of this rock. There we go. We've got ourselves a little two-legged beastie, like a chicken. Let's see what he can do. Oh my god, it's the most ungainly looking creature. It's called an Orsec. Look at that, it just looks like he's about to... He's pissed. He's absolutely wasted. Can we kill him? Oh yeah, we can. Oh, he doesn't like that. Yep, the animals will hurt. Oh god, they hurt a lot. In fact, he's... okay, it's not particularly hard to kill, but my god. All the pieces, if you don't pick these pieces of the meat up, they'll also despawn a bit like that. My god, I feel almost terrible. Okay, so that was the hover shoes. We're just going to sprint across the planet now. Now running will decrease my nutrition, I think. Right, so let's grab a lot of iron. We haven't got any of that yet, and we do need it. Oh god. Alright, we've got some other creatures over there. A larvae sceliopod. Not very friendly, those guys. And they can cause trouble. However, you'd be amazed at what this little chisel can do. Right, let's grab the iron chunks that we've got. When I played this last night, I had to drop out into third person to be able to mine anything. It was ever so weird. So if that does happen to you, remember that you can change your viewpoint if it helps. Okay, so we've got ourselves another one of those crab-like creatures. Not planning on getting too close to him right now. Could do with just concentrating on mining right now. So, okay, it started to rain. I don't know if you noticed that. What else do we need? So, we've got enough plutonium and iron. We're looking for titanium. That stuff I've always found is hard to come by. It's sort of got a brown sheen to it. So, if I'm right, yeah, it's got a brownie sheen. There's definitely iron up there. Gonna have to have a good look around. This isn't a bad place to be, but it's not perfect yet. I've got the old pistol out. Actually, let's drop back out to nothing. Can grab the pistol pretty quickly. That mouse wheel trick is pretty good and useful. Right, titanium so far not to be found anywhere. I have to say it's the one thing in the game I've really struggled to get hold of, so I don't know if we'll be able to do that this video. Plenty of iron. Oh, okay, we got a few baddies over there, a few beasties. Not planning on being lunch today. I just would like to get some of the game done. The weather has taken a turn for the worse, though. One thing I would love to show you, actually. I was thinking of, I don't know, this is probably an introduction video to the game, just because I've been playing it for a little while. But I was going to do a little, what to do on day one tips video, just kind of summarising what I've done here, but maybe not so long. So we've got some aluminium. Suit is a high temperature. Right, that's probably because of all the sprinting I've been doing. Have I got any aluminium? I haven't got any of this stuff. So let's grab some anyway, because it should become useful later on. This is where you sort of draw parallels a little bit with No Man's Sky, just because you were able to do this kind of thing. Not in the same way, but it's similar. Now, there is something in particular that you do have to watch out for. If you come across something called a crater, anything with it, it'll appear on screen. It'll say, "Oh, you've now entered so-and-so crater." There are giant worms. They will leap out of the ground and target you. It's very, very hard to avoid them. The only thing you can do is sort of turn it 90 degrees away from their direction, and you might get away with it. But they're probably One of the hardest things. Oh god, right, there's a skeleopod over there. I just do want to avoid a fight right now. Yeah. Okay, so being... Oh god, yeah, well that didn't work out for too long, did it? Yeah. Oh god, I've got the wrong thing. I had my multi-tool open. Thankfully, Jerry here's having a go at him. But if I don't join in soon, poor old. Have you done him on your own? Where is it? Where'd he go? Oh, he's there. Oh no, that's another one. Oh, the robot is he's not the best of shots, but he will do. Okay, so let's go and have a quick look at this fella, see what he looks like close up. Before he despawns. Now, raiding the dead creature will give me a little bit more meat. I've yet to find a way of eating it though. I don't want to eat it raw because it says you can get poisoned, so I'm just not doing that. But top left, I'm just heading back towards my spawn location. Trying sort of find a way around. Maybe there'll be some other resources that I can see. There's aluminium again. And it's not a bad spot because of all this stuff. Titanium is going to be the one thing we really are going to need. What I might do, okay, it was not a bad place. I'm gonna drop my load. He said, stick it right here. That's what she said. Okay, I've got enough for a depository, which I think is a good idea. So what I'm going to do, go to my backpack. Let's stick the dome down. Roughly there. Okay. Now that's done, we can go in. Now I've got all this stuff, so before I die horribly, night is drawing in. It's just save the game. Now every time you do that, you see the little 5, you've got a countdown now, 4 minutes 57 seconds. It gives you a little bit of health and saves the game, so yeah, well worth doing. If you've been punched by one of these brutal aliens, please remember to do that. Now I'm gonna build a little storage box. I think it's just the right thing to do. Here we go. Right, if you just left mouse click when the item was sort of highlighted there, allows you can rotate which way around it goes and all, but you can't just stick these things anywhere. So I'm gonna just plop mine about there. So again, holding down the F button to build it. Go. There's all sorts of settings you can play with, by the way. The weather, I think, you could probably play around with. I don't think you can turn it off because it's sort of intrinsically linked to the planet style. But there are other settings, like you don't have to have such a dirty sort of helmet, one that looks so damaged. But I've got all of the settings on full, just to give us the full immersive experience that the developers wanted. Right, so let's open our depository and stuff a load away. The reason you can't double click, which I was really hoping you could do, just to sort of drop stuff in, is, let's get rid of this. Okay, plutonium we've got, an iron, only one aluminium, so we might need a bit more of that. Alien meat, who knows? Roll down. Actually, let's another bit of water. I've got loads of that. Bit of food. I might need a bit later. Bandage or med kit? I'll take the bandage, leaving the med kit right there. Patch tape we should always carry with us, really. Assault rifle for emergencies. Now we've got a whole load of space now. You can see we've only got 14 out of the 80 kilograms used. 17.6. Build all this stuff. What else can we do? Chemistry table, fabricators, beds, climate control, shower. This is so cool. Structures. Structures. Let's have a look at the structures. Okay, habitat, airlock, barracks, biodome. Oh wow. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun. We're gonna be able to build plastics for some of this stuff as well. That's okay. I think I know how to do that, but we'll cover that in another episode, I think. This is probably all I want to do in this one episode. I've shown you quite a lot, and I think it's a really good start for day one. Find yourself somewhere which has got a load of resources around. Make sure you get your robot to sort of follow you around as well, because he acts as a second defense. If he dies, he won't come back if you just carry on in the game, but you can end the game, restart it, and I think he respawns. This is a very early version of the game, so of course everything I'm telling you now may not remain true as the game develops. So for now, we're going to go into our little house. I think just park up. You cannot sleep, which is one thing I would love them to do, so that you could sort of ride out the night. Because for one reason, there are nasty things that come out at night. So guys, I will see you in the next episode. I hope you enjoy this. It's really, really interesting. Absolute out and out survival game, and I'm loving playing it so far. I've played it almost all day, and there are lots of things I keep finding out. So I'm going to share as much as I can with you. Hopefully this was some help if you're looking at this video just to get some ideas of what to do. If not, and you're just a sub on my channel and you enjoy everything I do, then thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button. That would really, really help me out, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Take care. All the best, and good night.